Well, yeah, you're always going to make two birdies. It's always about the doubles. So we're talking about the Lee Trevino number line. In other words, if you were a 10 on the Trevino number line, you'd swing exactly like him. You'd play a low fade and all that stuff. What did he do differently? He never missed left. What did he do with his body? He did this with his body. And if you look at the photos of him, look at the images though, and you'll see what I'm talking about. We're talking about body position. So look at that, for example. The rear end is back, and the hips and chest are way open around the corner. So that club face never flips over. Now the difference in your body, especially on the long club still, is there's still some of this and not enough of this. So your low point, now he never had a problem with his low point being behind the ball either, like you do. So I'm looking at a couple of shots you hit, and look at your average angle of attack so far on all the shots I've measured. Only minus 0.5. So you're not bottoming out in front of the ball enough. Now, one good thing is, look how much straighter your path has gotten. So that's a good thing. But because we still have too much of this on the long clubs, this early extension, or you might say that you're shifting your center of mass of your hips to right center field. Okay, right. So that is much more like Trevino. Ass line being maintained, which allows us to turn the chest much more freely. And that gives us two things. That moves the low point forward, and it discourages the toe from flipping over early. Yeah, so that's not necessarily the action of the hands that's causing the ball to hook. It's the position of the body is not in support of a free release. When the thigh goes this way, you see that? Yeah. If your thigh works this way, and see how it just goes straight up onto the toe. Yeah. There is no way in hell my hip's gonna go this way. Forget it. It feels so unnatural. When the foot goes this way first, and the thigh moves on that vector. Now lift the heel a little and flex the knee. Now see your thigh and your knee are now driving to, let's call it 10 o'clock. Okay, let's do this before we do anything with the ball. Just put your right hand only on the club and left. Okay, now draw it back about halfway. About a little further, get it above the wall. Okay, now we're gonna, again, we will leave the arm and club alone, and we're going to pivot to the post and unwind the chest. Leave the arm alone, and especially concentrate on go ahead and shift to the post. On getting open. Now, if you follow this to its logical conclusion, look how much extra forward lean we have, and the divot will be way up here. And then the exit, because your body is so much more open, the exit will be coming left more without the face flipping over this way. Right, okay. So before, you can leave your body where it is, but I'll show you what I see on video with the handle. You keep holding it. Is more.
Oh yeah, totally.
That way.
Yeah.
Hold your finish so we can take inventory of the hip. Hold it. So first check your left hip. See how you're tending to short that guy. Yes. And you said something earlier. You said with my driver it feels like I'm not doing this, but I'm just doing spinning. So let's work on that. Getting the weight over to the left. In other words, centering your center of mass, especially your center of your pelvis, on top of your left heel. puts more force into the ground,
Okay,
right?
Right.
The more force that goes into the ground, the more we are encouraged to rotate. And so, yes, we've got to get that left hip outside the wall. Start over again with just the right hand. Now, feel for this front line club. Take your left hand and feel the gap between your hip and this club. Just kind of feel what the gap is. Okay, now, without moving the arm or the club, close the gap. Okay, now do that again, but you got to open up way more as you're doing it. So unwind. Now keep unwinding. And that foot, that heel, I'm going to tap it in front more. There we go. Now that's amazing. Yes.
2.
That's 2. Hold it.
My hand back here?
Yes, yes. Keep turning. Keep turning. That's 2. That's 2. 2. Hold it. Memorize it. Now whip it out here. There. Which also becomes athletic and kind of natural at that point. Good. Okay, start over, do it again. This is an everyday home exercise. Okay, it's 1, stop, 2, bump and turn. Keep turning, keep turning, keep turning. Tap that foot. There we go. There. Hold that position. And now whip. Good. Perfect. If I stick this guy over here, you could miss it. So let's do a 1, 2, 3. Let's put the pauses in there. So, okay, 1, stop, 2, stop. Open up more. Now see, that whoosh needs to go left and under this. Now swoosh. You see? It's around to the left more.